The Beretta 92FS is one of those rare pistols that manages to be both a piece of history and a modern, highly dependable sidearm at the same time. When people talk about iconic handguns, this model always comes up, not just because it served for decades in military and police forces, but because it created a standard many still follow today. So in this detailed, long-form review, we will take a close look at everything that defines the Beretta 92FS, from its exterior craftsmanship to its internal mechanics, from real-world shooting performance to durability, reliability, and pricing. By the end of this review, you will know exactly why this pistol is respected, why it remains relevant, and whether it deserves a place in your own collection or everyday carry rotation. When you first pick up the Beretta 92FS, the very first thing you notice is the unmistakable silhouette. The frame has a curved elegance to it, not exaggerated or overly modern, but timeless in a way that balances practicality with aesthetics. The open slide design is one of its signature elements, instantly setting it apart from blockier handguns. That exposed barrel not only looks aggressive and clean, but also serves a real mechanical purpose, improving reliability and ensuring failure to eject issues are extremely rare. The steel slide has a satin-like finish on most models, with machining lines so precise that even people unfamiliar with pistols recognize the craftsmanship. The frame itself is made from aluminum alloy, which preserves strength while keeping weight manageable. When you hold the 92FS, it feels solid, not light like polymer pistols, but not overly heavy. It strikes a balance, substantial enough to absorb recoil but comfortable enough for longer shooting sessions. The grip is surprisingly ergonomic, especially considering this design dates back several decades. The curved backstrap fits the hand naturally, and the front serrations provide predictable control. Shooters with larger hands appreciate the grip size, while those with smaller hands sometimes find it slightly wide. Still, the texture and angle of the grip contribute to the intuitive pointing and natural aiming that the Beretta is known for. Moving along the exterior, the safety and decacar combination is positioned on the slide. It's ambidextrous, which is a major advantage for left-handed shooters. Some people prefer frame-mounted safeties for easier thumb access, but the slide-mounted design on the 92FS is functional and familiar once you train with it. The trigger guard is rounded and spacious, allowing comfortable use even with gloves. The slide serrations are deep enough to provide traction but smooth enough not to bite into your fingers. Everything about the exterior feels intentionally shaped, from the contours of the dust cover to the exposed barrel crown that gives the pistol a unique personality. The sights are a traditional 3DOT configuration, and while they are not night sights or fiber optics by default, they are crisp and easy to align. Many people upgrade them, but the stock setup works well for defense and range use. The barrel itself is chrome-lined, which is a major advantage for longevity and corrosion resistance. Even after several thousand rounds, it tends to show minimal wear. Now let's take a look inside the Beretta 92FS, as the part many enthusiasts appreciate the most. Field stripping this pistol is incredibly simple. A single button on the frame, push it in, toggle the takedown lever, and the slide comes off smoothly. No complicated alignment or muscle-tight parts. Once the slide is removed, you see what makes this pistol reliable. The open slide design reduces friction, reduces contact points, and eliminates many failure conditions present in closed slide weapons. Inside, the locking block system is impressive. Rather than using the classic tilting barrel design found on most modern pistols, Beretta uses a falling locking block, similar to what you'd find in some high-end military pistols. This keeps the barrel more in line with the frame during cycling, improves accuracy, and reduces felt recoil. It also makes the pistol extremely smooth when firing, with a cycling motion that feels more like a glide than a snap. The recoil spring assembly is straightforward and durable, and the metal parts inside the slide and frame are polished well enough that movement stays consistent over time. The trigger system is double action, single action, which means the first shot can be fired with a longer, heavier pull, and subsequent shots use a lighter, shorter pull. Once the slide cycles, the double action pull is firm but smooth. Many compare it to revolvers because it has a predictable and even travel. The single action pull is crisp, with minimal overtravel, making follow-up shots easy. The reset is longer than modern striker-fired pistols, but still positive and tactile enough for accurate, rapid firing. Internally, you'll notice that the rails are long and stable, contributing to excellent slide 2 frame fitment. The hammer, sear, and firing pin block components are robust, built to withstand years of use without significant degradation. Even the extractor and ejector components feel strong, designed to handle both hypersure defensive ammunition and inexpensive range ammo. Many users report thousands of rounds with no break, which speaks to the engineering that went into the internal layout. Now let's talk about shooting performance, the part that matters most for real-world users. The first thing shooters usually comment on is how soft the recoil feels. Because of the all-metal frame, the weight distribution, and the locking block system, the muzzle does not jump as high as you'd expect from a 9mm pistol. Shots feel linear, predictable, and easy to control, even for beginners. The grip angle aligns naturally, so hitting center of mass repeatedly becomes almost automatic. Accuracy is one of the strongest points of the Beretta 92FS. The fixed barrel alignment, the long sight radius, and the smooth slide return make grouping tight and consistent. At 10 meters, you can easily maintain coin-size groups. At 15 to 25 meters, the pistol remains surprisingly accurate for a service weapon. In trained hands, it can achieve performance close to competition pistols, even though it was never marketed for sport shooting. The chrome-lined barrel stabilizes rounds well, and the trigger in single-action mode allows precise shots on small targets. In terms of reliability, the Beretta 92FS is often described as boringly reliable, and that's a compliment. It runs clean, dirty, wet, dry, in sand, in rain, and in cold conditions. This is one of the main reasons it was adopted by military forces worldwide. The open slide design dramatically reduces stovepipes and other ejection failures. Many users report firing thousands of rounds without a single malfunction. Even cheap steel case ammunition cycles without issues. The pistol also handles heat very well. Even during rapid-fire strings or extended-range sessions, the slide and barrel do not suffer from dramatic heat dispersion issues. The aluminum frame keeps weight manageable while still dissipating heat evenly. The locking block system helps maintain smooth cycling even when the pistol gets hot. The 92FS is known for running reliably in harsh climates, including deserts and coastal environments. One of the most satisfying aspects of shooting the 92FS is the slide movement, because it rides on long rails and uses the locking block system. The slide returns to battery with a clean, metallic snap that feels high. Many shooters describe it as smoother than polymer striker-fired pistols. The recoil impulse is mild, and the sight picture returns quickly, making rapid double taps easy. Magazine capacity is another highlight. Standard magazines hold 15 rounds, but aftermarket and factory-extended magazines go up to 17, 18, and even 20 rounds without compromising reliability. The magazine release is placed well, and magazines drop free quickly. Next, let's discuss durability. The Beretta 92FS is built like a machine that wants to last decades. Many police departments still have units from the 1990s that function perfectly today. The slide steel is hardened, the barrel is corrosion-resistant, and the aluminum frame resists cracking even under heavy use. The locking block is sometimes seen as a wear part, but modern versions last tens of thousands of rounds before needing replacement. Most owners will never wear out the pistol under normal conditions. Field maintenance is easy. You can clean the gun in minutes, and the internals are simple enough that even new gun owners won't feel intimidated. Replacement parts are widely available, and aftermarket upgrades from triggers to grips to sights are abundant. Let's talk about what it feels like to carry the Beretta 92FS. Because it's a full-size pistol, it's not as lightweight or compact as modern concealed carry guns. However, the rounded edges and slim slide make it more comfortable than its size suggests. With the right holster, concealed carry is possible, but most people prefer it for duty use, open carry, range use, or home defense. The weight helps with stability and reduces felt recoil under stress. Now let's discuss price, because value matters. The Beretta 92FS sits in an interesting price category. It is more expensive than basic polymer pistols, but cheaper than high-end European or custom models. Prices vary depending on region, but generally, the pistol falls between $650 and $800 USD for a brand new unit. Special editions may cost more, while used police trade-in models can be found between $450 and $550 United States dollars. Considering the build quality, longevity, and legendary reliability, many shooters consider it a fantastic long-term investment. Magazines, parts, and upgrades are also affordable and widely stocked. When comparing it to other pistols in the same price range, the Beretta stands out in several ways. Instead of polymer construction, you get metal. Instead of a tilting barrel system, you get a locking block mechanism that elevates accuracy. Instead of a striker system, you get a double-action single-action trigger that provides flexibility and control. If you value craftsmanship, durability, and a smooth shooting experience, the 92FS easily justifies its price. Another point worth mentioning is the emotional appeal. Many gun owners buy the Beretta 92FS not only for performance, but because it carries history. It served as the U.S. military's M9 pistol for decades, appearing in countless movies, TV shows, and games. For many, owning a 92FS is like owning a piece of cinematic and military culture. Yet, even without its fame, its engineering alone makes it worth considering. If you're a beginner shooter, the Beretta 92FS might feel large at first, but its mild recoil, reliable cycling, and excellent accuracy will help you build confidence. If you're an intermediate or advanced shooter, you will appreciate the precision engineering, durability, and the distinct shooting feel that only a metal-framed pistol provides. And if you're a collector or enthusiast, This pistol is almost mandatory. It represents a design era where practicality, durability, and elegance were combined into a single frame. The Beretta 92FS is not perfect for everyone. If you prefer extremely lightweight concealed carry guns, this may feel large. If you like very short trigger resets, you may prefer striker-fired models. But if you want a pistol that fires smoothly, feels solid, and delivers accuracy and reliability consistently, then this handgun will leave a strong impression. Overall, the Beretta 92F is more than just a firearm, it's a mechanical statement, a pistol that refuses to go out of style, a pistol that proves older designs can remain competitive even against the most modern handguns. Its combination of build quality, smooth cycling, soft recoil, and long-term durability make it a weapon you can depend on for years, whether for defense, duty, training, or simply the joy of shooting. If you're considering buying this pistol, the key question becomes, what kind of shooter are you, and what do you want from a handgun? For home defense, it's excellent. For range shooting, its accuracy and comfort make it enjoyable. For duty carry, it has a proven global track record. For collecting, it is almost iconic. And for long-term reliability, few pistols can match it, whether you choose a brand new unit or a used model. The Beretta 92FS will likely outlast many of the newer guns you buy after it. It's built like a machine, designed for decades of service. And that is something very few firearms can claim today. In the end, the Beretta 92FS remains relevant not because of nostalgia, but because it truly performs in real hands. In real firing conditions, in real situations, its exterior elegance, internal engineering, reliable performance, and fair pricing combine to create a pistol that feels premium without being inaccessible. It is a handgun with a soul, a rare thing in today's polymer-dominated market. And that is why so many shooters, collectors, and professionals continue to trust it, even decades after its debut.